so that you can watch it afterwards. Right.
Got it.
So we inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Have a slight bend in your knees, hands onto the mat. You straighten your legs, you bring your hands onto your shin. You look up, flat back. So you bring your shoulders back. Slight bend in your knees, bring your hands onto the mat. Walk your feet back, then downward dog. Now bring your eyelids in between your hands. Just lower your knee, untuck your toes. Bring your hips all the way back. Rest your chest on your thighs, forehead down. Come back up to hands and knees. Tuck your toes. You're in downward dog. Now look forward. You're going to walk your feet to your hands. Then you take your arms all the way up, down by the side. Brilliant, warrior poses. So take your arms up. Forward fold. Hands on your shin, look up. Hands on your mat, walk back to downward dog. Lower to plank. Lower your knees. This time you're going to bend your elbows, you lower your chest all the way down, then you untuck your toes. Lift your chest up slightly, leave your knees down. This is upward dog, then lower your chest. Tuck your toes. Lift your chest, bring your hips back to your heels. Rest your chest and your thighs, forehead down. Back up to hands and knees, tuck your toes, we're in downward dog. Now look forward, and step that right foot forward. So right foot forward towards your hands. You lower your left foot down. Take your arms up so you're in warrior one. Brilliant. Open your chest, we're in warrior two. Reverse your warrior. So that right arm over your head. Straighten your right leg, come forward, you're in triangle. So your right hand down, left arm up. Brilliant. Back up to warrior two, bend that front knee. Now bring your left arm forward. Take your arms up, lift your back heel. Lift your left leg up behind you, arms behind you, warrior three. Now lower your hands onto the mat. Take that left leg back, right leg back, you're in downward dog. Now step your left foot forward. Lower your right foot down. Take your arms up, warrior one. Open your chest, you're in warrior two. So your left arm forward this time, right arm back. Reverse your warrior, left arm over your head. Straighten your left leg, we're in triangle. Left hand down, right arm up. Bend your left knee, you're back up to warrior two. Bring the right arm forward. Lift that back heel, take your arms up. Right leg up behind you, arms behind you in warrior three. Start to lower your chest. Bring your hands onto the mat. Take that right leg back. Left leg back, downward dog. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Lower to plank. Lower your knee. You bend your elbows, lower your chest all the way down, untuck your toes. Just tap your chin onto the mat. Lift your chest, leave your knees down, look upward dog. You lower your chest again, tuck your toes. You lift your chest, Bring your hips all the way back to your heels. Rest your chest and your thighs. Forehead down. Back up to hands and knees. Tuck your toes. You're in downward dog. Perfect. Let's just do one more. Step your right foot forward. Lower your left foot down. Arms up. We're in warrior one. Make sure your chest. Warrior two. So your right arm forward, left arm back. Reverse your warrior. Straighten your right leg, come forward here in triangle. Bend your right knee back up to warrior two. Bring your left arm forward. Lift your back heel, lift your left leg up behind you, take your arms behind you. We're in warrior three. Start to lower your chest, lower your hands onto the mat. Take that left leg back of the mat. Right leg back, you're in downward dog. Now you step your left foot forward. Right foot down. Arms up, warrior one. Warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Left arm over your head. Straighten your left leg, we're in triangle. Left hand down, right arm up. Bend your left knee back up to warrior two. Bring that right arm forward. Lift your right heel. Lift your right leg up behind you. Arms behind you. Now start to lower your chest. Lower your hands onto the mat. Step your right leg back. Left leg back. You're in downward dog. Hold. For 3, 2, 1. Lower to plank. Lower your knees. Untuck your toes. Bring your hips back to heels. Chest on your thighs. Lower your forehead down. Come back up to hands and knees. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees off the mat. You're in downward dog. And bring your eyelids in between your hands. And slowly walk your feet forward. Hands on your shin as you look up. Press your shoulders back. Hands on your mat. Take your arms wide all the way up to the sky. Down by your side. Brilliant. How are we doing? Good. Perfect. Let's be balanced. So starting with tree pose. Remember your options. Right over. Start on the right side. So you can leave your toes down. And bring that right heel inside your left ankle. Or you bring it onto your shin. You take it all the way up into your inner thigh, so just not on your knee joint. Bring your hands to prayer if possible. And just hold for 3, 2, 1. Interlace your fingers. You're going to take hold of that right shin, so that right knee to your chest. Point your right toes down. Hold for 3, 2, 1. And you separate your hands and you step that right foot forward. Left leg up behind you, so you're in warrior 3. Brilliant. Now lift your chest. It's time to take your left foot now. Tree pose on the left side. Left foot into your right thigh. Hands to prayer. Or you can bring your toes down, you choose your option, or your shin. The 3, 2, 1. Interlace your fingers, take hold of your left shin. Brilliant. Point those toes down. That leg's engaged. Separate your hands, step that left leg forward. Warrior 3, right leg up. Brilliant. Lift. And just replace. Perfect. If you're off the mat, come back onto your mat. Let's do another set. Tree pose on the right side. Add on. Hands to prayer. Interlace your fingers. Take hold of your right shin. Separate your hands. Take that right leg forward. Warrior 3. Left leg up behind you. Arms behind you. Now this time you're going to lift your chest. Step that left foot back. Bring your right foot back in. Now, that right leg, you're going to lift that right knee. Take your right hand onto that right ankle. So front of your right foot. And you take it behind you. Take your left arm out in front, palm facing up. And if possible, you can stay here or see if you can start to bring your chest forward as you take that right leg further back. Called dancer's pose. And then lift. Release. Tree pose on the left side. Hands to prayer. Interlace your fingers, take hold of your left shin. Point your left toes down. Separate your hands, take that left foot forward. Right leg back, warrior 3.
I'm not sure. Because I got that wrong.
So where were you?
Is the left foot forward or right foot?
It's left foot. Because we were holding your left shin,
Yeah,
so then you step that left foot forward.
I see.
Back, yes, warrior 3. Yeah. And then you release that right leg back. Bring your left leg in.
Did it wrong. I
Then
still
you
got that wrong because I had my left foot out. I
okay.
was holding my left.
So you were holding your left shin,
Yeah.
yeah, then you separated your hand and you step that same leg forward. Right leg back.
Mhm. Yeah. And push your right one back.
Yeah, so you lift that right leg up behind you, so you're in warrior 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then you just take that right leg back on the mat, bring your left leg to meet your right leg.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Now you lift that left knee again, and you take hold of your left ankle. So you take your left hand on top of that left ankle as you take your left foot behind you. Right arm out in front, your palm facing up. And you start to lower your chest for that dancer's pose. Then you lift your chest and release. Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to flow to sitting. You can come back to the top of your mat. Take your arms up. Forward fold. Hands on your shin as you look up. Hands on your mat. Walk back to downward dog. Lower to plank. Lower your knees. Bend your elbows, lower your chest all the way down, untuck your toes. You lift your chest. You lower. Tuck your toes. Lift your chest again as you bring your hips all the way back. Chest, bring your thighs, forward down. Come back up to hands and knees, tuck your toes, you're in downward dog. Look forward, you're going to walk your feet forward to your hands. Then you bend your knees, so you're in that squat. Take your hands behind you and you take a seat. Brilliant. Now take your hands further behind you. You lift your hips. And then you're going to swing your hips back and then lower. You should have your hands either side of your hips. Flex your feet. Straighten your arms. Bring the shoulders back so it's like you're really exaggerating your chest forward. Engage your core, eye gaze to your toes. So your legs should be engaged. You hold. It's like you're pushing the floor away. For 3, 2, 1. Now start to bring your chest forward. And see if you can take hold of your big toes. Now if it doesn't reach, you can always bend your knees. You want to bring your forehead towards your knees and hold. For 3, 2, 1. Now release your big toes. Bend your right knee, so you bring that right knee to your chest. You lower that right knee down, so right foot is inside of your left thighs. It's like doing tree pose sitting down. Now just take your hands either side of your hips and just lift your hips. See if you can bring that right knee a bit further back. And then your chest should be towards your left leg. And if possible, you take hold of your left foot. Again, if it doesn't reach, you can always bend that left knee. And you forward fold. For 3, 2, 1. Release your left foot. You lift that right knee. Straighten your right leg. Left knee to your chest. You bend your left knee so your left foot is inside of your right thigh. Again, see if you can bring that left knee further back. You flex your right foot, chest towards that right leg this time. Take hold of your right foot. Forward fold. And release. Now you have 2 options to come back up to sitting. So you either bring your knees together and you come to hands and knees. That's one option. Or you cross your ankles. Hands to the mat as you lift your hips. Uncross your ankles. And you come back up to downward dog. You choose your best option. You lower to plank. Lower your knees. Bend your elbows. Lower your chest. Untuck your toes. Lift your chest for upward dog. Leave your knees down. Lower your chest. Tuck your toes. Lift your chest. Bring your hips all the way back to your heels. Chest on your thighs. Forehead down. Back up to hands and knees. You're in downward dog. Look forward. Walk your feet forward to your hands. Bend your knees. Same thing. Hands behind you. Take a seat. Now bring your hands further behind you again. You lift your hips. Bring your hips back. And lower. Brilliant. Bring your right knee to your chest again. Now this time, you take that left arm, you're going to wrap it around that right knee. You bring your right arm round your back and you twist and you look over your right shoulder. Make sure that left foot is flexed. And hold for 3, 2, 1. Release, come back to center. Now this time you're going to cross that right foot all the way over your left leg. Now you have the option, you either keep that left leg straight or you bend that left leg so your left foot is close to your right glute. So basically your right foot is crossed over your left knee. And we twist again. So you take that left arm round your right knee, right arm round your back and hold. So deeper twist. For 3, 2, One, release. Uncross that right foot. Bring your left knee to your chest. You straighten out your right leg. So we're just going the opposite direction now. Right arm, wrap it around your left knee. Take your left arm round your back. You look over your left shoulder. Make sure that right foot is flexed. Hold. For 3, 2, 1. Up to center. Cross that left foot now over your right knee again. You can keep that leg straight or you bend your right knee. So basically your left foot is over your right knee. Take your right arm round your left knee. Left arm round your back, twist. You look over your left shoulder. And you come to center. Take your hands behind you. Again, you have the option to bring your knees together, you come up to hands and knees, or you cross your ankles. Lift your hips, hands up of the mat, uncross, going downward dog. Lower to plank. Lower your knees. Untuck your toes, bend your elbows, lower your chest all the way down. Lift your chest up for upward dog. Lower your chest. Tuck your toes. Lift your chest, bring your hips back. Forehead on the mat. Up to hands and knees. Downward dog. Look forward. Walk your feet to your hands. Bend your knees. Keep your hands behind you as you take a seat. Now this time, you bring your hands inside your knees. You open your knees up and bring the toes of your feet together. You interlace your hands around your toes. Now, if you want it easier, you push your feet away from your body. If you want it harder, you bring your feet closer to your body. This is a great hip opener. Start off with your back straight. Now start to bend your elbows, you round your back, and you bring your chin to chest. So you see if you can rest your elbows inside your inner thighs. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten your arms, straighten your back. Take your hands outside your knees as you bring your knees together. Cross your ankles, or you bring your knees together, you choose. Cover the mat. Now, this time I actually want you to uncross your ankles, keep your toes as wide as your mat. Lift it on your knees. You're going to lift your knees, we come into a low squat. And you just move your feet, so your heels in, toes are out. And you bring your shoulders inside of your knees. Hands to press, low squat, brilliant, hold. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, slowly just lower your hips onto the mat. Keep your arms where they are. Your elbows are still inside your knees. You just start to slide your feet away. Keep your back straight. Again, it's another hip opener. Try not to round your back, keep your back straight. You should feel that inside your inner thighs. Now you're going to release your hands and place it onto your ankles. And see if you can slide your feet away. So your legs are out wide. Flex your feet, you lift your chest, hands on your shin. Take your arms up, palms facing. Bring your right hand to your right toes, and you just stretch your left arm over your head. Now bring your left hand to your left toes and take your right arm over your head. And come to center. Now slide your legs together. Keep your feet flexed. Bring your hands either side of your hips. Bring your feet onto the mat so your knees are bent. You're going to lift your hips and just lift your hips and bring your hips closer to your feet. And then you take your forearms onto the mat. And you lower your back onto the mat. Bring your knees onto your chest. Hands onto your shin. And just rock side to side. Now you're going to roll both knees. And you chest to the right side, so you bring your right ear down. Take that left arm up to the sky. You're going to bring that left arm and you take it behind you. So you look towards that left arm, your left shoulder, your left elbow is on the mat. You look towards your left hand. Open up your left shoulder. Now bring your head back to center. Bring your left arm up. Left hand back onto your knees. And you roll your body all the way back onto your back so your knees are onto your chest. Let me just roll to the left side this time. So this time your left ear is down. Take your right arm up. And you bring that right arm behind you. You look towards your right arm as you're opening up your right shoulder. Bring your right arm up to the sky. Bring your right hand back onto your knee. Now use your right hand to push yourself up to the tip. Bring your chest all the way up. Brush your ankles. Back of your hands on your knees, palms facing up. Bring your chin onto your chest. Round your back. Take your arms out in front of you. Interlace your fingers. Bring your chin to chest. You straighten your back and take your arms up. Now bring this interlaced hands behind your head. Keep your elbows wide and you sort of lean back so you can look up to the sky. Now look forward, round your back. And stretch your arms out in front of you again. Keep those fingers interlaced. Straighten your back, take your arms up. Bring it behind your head again and you look up. Look forward around your back. One more time, arms out in front. Straighten your back, take your arms out. Bring your hands to prayer. And you lower your thumbs to your forehead. Clarity in your thoughts. Flat your lips. Clarity in your words. Onto your breastbone, you take a bow. Clarity in. And just bring your elbows to your thighs and rest your chin on your fingers. Just stay here for a few more breaths. And feel that stretch at the back of your neck. With the right to the arm, the right to knee. Namaste.